Well, Snow, you back in the studio this week?
Fresh back from my 5-state tour.
Yeah. The ambassador to the South?
Sure, if that's what we're calling me.
How'd that
Well,
work
because
out?
I did go to southern states this time. Not like they're not like real like, are they considered the South though? Because they're a little higher up from like Alabama.
Well,
and
you
all
went
those.
from Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina,
Yeah,
Virginia, West Virginia.
yeah. I guess those
I
are
mean,
considered the
isn't it
South,
considered the South? Anything below the Mason-Dixon line?
or maybe they're just considered the South because they
Kentucky.
were part of the Confederacy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And the All-League Museum was closed?
Closed on Mondays and Tuesdays,
What's up with that?
which was a drag, but I'm planning on going back to the Kentucky Derby because it's always been on my bucket list. Wear a fancy hat. Did not have a mint julep at all this time because I'm saving that for the Derby. Had plenty of bourbon. So I will I will make sure that I plan it better and plan to be in Louisville one of the days that the Ollie Museum is open.
Nice. Did you take my advice and go to Royals Hot Chicken?
I did.
How was that?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I was kind of like nervous about it, had a little anxiety because I'm like, I was raving about this place and I just wanted to make sure it lived up to my expectation.
Dude, even the chicken sandwich was fantastic, but even you could pick a side. So they had this broccoli type slaw salad or whatever. I got that. Amazing. That was fucking delicious too. Like this place. If I was there another day, I would have gone back and ate there again.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go back just to go there again.
Yeah.
So when you're gone, I set up the voicemail to have people leave us messages, questions, comments, whatever.
Right?
Well, we got one. And I don't think this guy was a fan.
Not a fan, huh?
But
one of those. One of our hate listeners.
Well, and it's somebody that had been on the podcast recently.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you want to hear what he said?
Most definitely.
He's a busy man. He took time out of his day to leave us a voicemail.
Well, how sweet of him.
Yeah, so here we go.
So, I was recently on, I don't even know if I should call it a podcast because I know many great podcasters like Joe Rogan and, him. I know Joe Rogan. I know that many other people who do podcasts. It's like radio, except you don't have to turn the dial and get all the static. So they're doing tremendous things in the terms of radio right now. But I know a lot of great, talented podcasters. And then somebody very stupid who's probably fired already by Doge booked me on something called the Reality Redemption podcast. And I'm a big fan of reality. Reality has been very good to me. I have a lot of wealth and beautiful women in reality. And redemption, as a Christian who's never gone to church, redemption is very important to me as well. So I said, well, this can't be too bad. Let's go on the Reality Redemption show. So I get on Reality Redemption show. And they say it's hosted by MJ. And I said, well, I know Michael Jordan, and he's a very talented guy, very woke, very strong guy. And I get there, and there's this white guy, which I, of course, had no problem with. I always used to say the only thing that would make Michael Jordan even better is if he was a white. But I see this guy, and I see that he has no basketball talent. He's talking to me, and he's, friendly enough. But I can see that he's sort of a woke type person. And I was so disappointed because their show is located in the great district of Arizona that's run by Paul Gosar, who is, I gotta say, there's very few people more conservative than Paul Gosar. And by conservative, I mean loved by total racists and nutbags. Paul Gosar is so tremendous that his own family hates him. And so I said, well, if you live in Paul Gosar's district, you've got to be extra special MAGA. And MJ so much extra special MAGA. In fact, I would say he was neither extra nor special nor MAGA. And to make things worse, because obviously Donald Trump loves beautiful women. They love me and I love them, and maybe that's a crime for Democrats, but it's not a crime for me. So I say, okay, so this is not Michael Jordan I'm sitting next to. But I said, but he's got a lovely blonde woman sitting next to him. And I said, okay, well, this is why we love Arizona. This is why we love so many places in our country. Beautiful blonde American women, okay? And all of a sudden I see her shirt, which I would already be staring at her chest anyway. It's just sort of what gentlemen do. You sort of inspect the goods. And I said, the goods are good on this one, and her name is Snow. And I thought, like Snow White. So this person, she lives in Polgo. She's with Polgosar. She's on the Reality Redemption podcast. She's got a nice pair of, we call them Arizona iced tea cans. That's a little Arizona and breast joke. Still 99 cents, by the way. But I look at that and I say to them, looking at them like, what I see, but all of a sudden I see words on her shirt on top of her breasts. And this is probably the greatest betrayal, because you see somebody named Snow, which is, of course, the whitest of the white substances that we know other than what Don Jr. puts up his nose. And her shirt said something like, I hope you all get what you deserve, or you deserve all that you get. Something nasty, like a nasty woman phrase, meaning, if people go through hardships under Trump, they deserve it. And I thought, these two people are the absolute worst, because you show up, I think I'm meeting with Michael Jordan and Snow White, and I'm like one of the great white women of all time, and maybe the greatest black of all time, and instead it's this woke white guy and this blonde woman with breasts with words on them that are very anti-Trump, which is the first time I've ever run into a white woman with breasts who has anti-Trump things, a blonde with so it was very deceptive, and I'm having Elon Musk look into defunding Reality Redemption podcast, and we might bring charges from Cash Patel. We call him Cash Me Outside. How about that, Patel? We might be bringing charges against them through the DOJ for fraud, abuse, manipulation of blonde hair and breasts, and false identity of Michael Jordan. So I'm talking right now to Paul Gosa. He's actually on the phone with some white nationalists and some Aryan Nation gangs, as well as some people who aren't so nice as those guys. And they're thinking of making a personal stop by Reality Redemption Studios to see if MJ and Snow want to formally apologize to their president for their rude and deceptive behavior. And if they don't, there might be problems. So Reality Redemption, you need to redeem yourselves, or else your reality is going to get very nasty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So,
Well, I don't think that was a ringing endorsement.
It sounds like Dodge is coming after it. Doge is coming after us.
Could be defunded.
We're getting defunded.
Oh, that constitutionalist advertising money's gonna be gone.
our $1.17.
Yes. Oh my God.
Come and underplay that $20. Come on.
All right.
What is it? $20?
Should I think it was 23 from the constitutionalist.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently he doesn't vet the podcast.
Apparently he hasn't listened to it. Maybe just going off he probably just likes, redemption.
I don't know. So should we give a formal apology to the president?
Fuck no.
That's what I say. Although, you know how you had you had a hater out there, that was kind of criticizing you. I wonder how they feel listening to the president's comments about your appearance. He did say you're lovely.
He said I was pretty.
Yeah.
The president, not my hater.
Yeah, the president said you were pretty.
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
That's something.
He actually said something nice about me.
Well, he's probably not used to...
Do you like how he slid in when he's talking about the Arizona iced tea cans, and he's like, still 99 cents, by the way. Like, that has not been inflated.
No inflation there.
Yeah, that's not the eggs are the only things.
What happens when the aluminum tariffs kick in, though?
Oh, yeah. Arizona iced tea's going up.
99 cents plus tariffs.
Plus tariffs.
plus 25% tariff.
Yeah, they should just put that like on prices when they go and price things in the store. They should just be like, whatever the price is, 99 cents plus tariffs. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Plus tariffs.
Well, we're not going to apologize, Mr. President, but since you do listen, we do want to say thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for showing up.
And if we could give you just a little advice, that maybe you should just vet your defense secretary a little bit better.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Doozy.
Why weren't we in on that email
listen.
chain? Or
The group
text
chat?
chain? Yeah. Signal.
I know.
Like,
how...
That would have been the best things for our career. As
I've
if we were
never-
invited on that.
Have you ever fucked up in adding someone to a group chat, though?
No.
Like, I have never done that. Like, I've done the thing where I've accidentally... how, like, you're in a text with somebody... And you're texting two people, so you're going back and forth.
Yeah.
I've done where I've sent the wrong message
Right.
there, but it's like,
Oops, meant for someone else.
You created the chat. How do you
Right.
fuck that up? You have to go through and pick out the fucking numbers or whatever it's by numbers or names and put them in the group chat.
Wasn't it funny, all the excuses that they came up with? First, it's no big deal. There was no...
As if the rest of us know nothing.
Warplanes traded. Oh, they were just battle planes. There was nothing top secret in that.
Nothing classified. And then, I liked how the one Senator, not Senator Warren, it's close to Warren, but like the last name.
Yeah.
I can't remember what state he's from either, but he kept just being like, he was like still going at Tulsi Gabbard. He's like, if it's not classified, then tell us all right here. There's no reason that you can't.
Or when Mark Kelly was grilling her.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to talk about specifics. He goes, I'm not asking you about specifics. I'm talking about you this.
He looked pissed.
Like he was.
Like, Mark Kelly, like he was like, I'm not here to fuck around. Which we need more. We need more of that, please. More of that.
Yeah. And the whole thing is, if this were Hillary, all the shit about her emails and the private server and all the investigations that didn't really go anywhere, and yes, we did not agree with her using a private server. We did not agree with her supposedly destroying the hard drives. We didn't agree with that.
Right.
Why can't you just say, yeah, we fucked up?
And think of how many, there's no apologizing. There's no admitting any wrong. It's like, nope, just blame Biden, blame Hillary. But it's like, do you know how many people would have been fired if it did happen under like Hillary or Biden?
Gone.
In an instant.
Fired,
like
so
that.
fired.
You're gone. You're done. Like how Trump used to fire people on The Apprentice.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Jetson, you're fired. It's just unbelievable. Own it. We fucked up. And then saying like, oh, well, this liberal journalist, found his way on it. No, you invited him on it. He would have never
He
gotten
can't
it.
join your group
Yeah,
chat.
you can't join a private group. Oh, he got sucked onto my phone.
That's what amazes me. They say this shit with straight faces like the rest of us aren't like, you're a bullshitter. You're bullshit. You are fucking lying right now.
Fucking unbelievable. It really is. And just fucking... And J.D. Vance goes to Greenland, but he cut the trip short because no one wanted to see him or his wife.
I know. Weren't they like
Yeah, they
standing there with like you're not welcome here. Like
Yeah.
they didn't want him there at all.
Yeah, they were supposed to go into like this shop, and they had this, this photo shoot all ready to go, media thing, and the place just said, "No, we don't want you here."
And then Denmark started selling hats that said "Make America Go Away."
Yeah. Some of the signs were funny. Gotta hand it to Greenland. Who knew they had a sense of humor?
Right?
Being all cold and shit up there. But it's just ridiculous. And then Donald Trump, I don't even know what a group chat is. Oh, come on, dude.
Well, he might not. I don't know.
He knows.
He is kind of stupid. So
wait. He might be listening to this one.
who cares? I stand by what
Do you
I
want to
said.
be in El Salvador? I don't.
No. Can I get shipped maybe to the Mediterranean? Could I get dropped off there?
They might deport you to Greenland or Denmark because you'd fit right in. You got the height, the hair.
Pack my bags. I'm going to Denmark.
Fuck.
Greenland might be a little too cold for me.
They're just going to deport me back to Vermont, which I'll be okay. I'll be okay with that. I'll be back to my people. Fuck, dude. So yeah, we've been away for a couple weeks, and it's almost impossible to keep up on everything going on. Like I can't even think about what happened the week before last.
My mind's a blank on it. The only thing I can focus on what is going on right now in the moment. Do you think sometimes I'm starting to think do you think they have meetings or group chats where they talk about, hey, let's set up this colossal fuck up to, make people forget about the last one that we fucked up?
I know. I was thinking that. I was going, are they just
Because who's this stupid?
I was like, are they just doing this to distract us from something else that they're doing? Like in Utah, they took away mail-in voting in Utah. Now, I don't think there's a whole lot of places in Utah to go to vote.
Yeah, and why in Utah?
Because
it's a red state.
You test the water to see if you can get away with it. And then you find this executive order for voting rights where you're going to have your birth certificate or, your passport and then your federal ID. I know in Mojave County alone, we lost $800,000 of funding, federal funding for health services. That means stuff like, I don't know what was on the chopping block, but it was children's immunizations and stuff got cut. There were several things that are going to really affect the people around here.
Measles is going to be blowing up here soon, y'all.
Yeah. And the people around here have gone from, well, I don't really like Trump. I had to vote for him because the prices of eggs were too high. I can't afford groceries. And now it's gone into, well, we know it's going to hurt. We know we have to make sacrifices. We know we're all going to be hurting, but it's for the greater good.
The greater good of the billionaires.
Of Elon Musk, yeah.
Those poor, starving billionaires. Yeah. You notice how people around here are actually buying Teslas?
I know. That's fucking crazy.
I keep seeing brand new ones.
I saw 3 the other night. I saw 3 within a 3-block radius. And then I went down to Laughlin and I saw 3 more. One waiting at stoplight, one coming down the street, and one across the street in the parking lot. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
I gotta help the billionaire out. He's losing money. He's gonna be starving soon.
Yeah. Oh my
I gotta
God.
go buy one of his cars. Now I will say, good on the fact that they're getting Republicans on board with
Electric cars.
being better for the planet. Yeah. Good. So I'm not going to hate too much, but you guys could buy a cheaper electric car. I mean, there are those out there. There's some good American made ones too.
But now you're going to classify now. Okay, just to clarify this before we get started, so we don't get fucking canceled. I in no way think that anyone should vandalize someone else's property
No,
or dealerships,
definitely
even if it's
not.
Elon Musk. Do
They
not.
shouldn't be
no.
going that route. Go there and protest. Don't fucking damage things.
But to classify it as a hate crime
Or terrorism.
or terrorism, domestic terrorism. Meanwhile, you pardon all the people that stormed the Capitol on January 6th, which was real domestic terrorism.
And refuse to call them terrorists.
Right. They were patriots.
They were pissed when the left was calling them terrorists.
Yeah.
They got all in a tizzy over it, you know?
Right. And I don't
Just
know. I
bullshit.
mean, yeah. I mean,
Fucking
you try to talk to them about January 6th, they'll mention Portland. You know, you try to talk to them about this signal leak, they'll talk about Hillary. Hey, here on this podcast, we did not agree with either. We're on the left, and we can say, no, looting in Portland was bad. Hillary's email service was bad.
Didn't we say the looters deserve to go to jail?
Looters.
If you vandalized someone's property, then you deserve to go.
Yeah.
And guess what? Most of them did. Most of them, I'm sure there was probably a few that didn't get caught, but most of them got prosecuted.
And somebody brought up in one of the local pages, like, oh, burning a police station. I'm like, do your research. That was a MAGA guy.
The guy that went all the way from Texas. Because didn't his wife tell on him, his ex-wife ratted him out? Yeah. He purposely went there to do bullshit. It's like that guy's on your side.
Look, I get it. I get it. You hate everything that we do on this side. I get it. But just at least validate that sometimes your side screws up too.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
Be
simple.
accountable.
Yeah.
Like there's no accountability.
Yeah. Like Pete Hicks is fired, so fired. And then you have a wife, his wife sits in with you on a meeting with foreign security officials.
After the fact.
I'm not sure of the timeline. I
Oh.
think it was after the story came out. The story came out after.
The story came out
Now-
after the fact. Okay, well,
But
if
he would be that kind of.
if it was after the fact, that's just he's being a cunt. Like, oh, I'm gonna just fucking kick this up a notch and just have my wife come in then.
Yeah, he called it a hoax. A hoax. The definition of hoax means some false information getting out there. It's not a hoax. It happened. They have the receipts. The Atlantic went and said, okay, well, this isn't classified. Let's publish it so everybody can read it.
I'm surprised they didn't call the hearings a witch hunt then.
I'm sure they did. But I mean, I guess we should rag on our own side just a little bit and go.
Mm-hmm.
This week, Jasmine Crockett, one of our favorite Congress people, got in trouble for saying
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels, which kind of made me laugh when I heard it.
Right when I heard it, when they played the clip, though, I had no choice, but I couldn't control myself. It just blurted. I was dying laughing. I'm like, oh shit.
Part of me went, okay, that's it's kind of a little low.
I get it's inappropriate, but still, you could tell she was also, like, you could tell it was a joke too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, wasn't it like at like maybe an awards dinner or something, like a fundraiser or something, because she was dressed up nice too.
So she says that, and then she gets the heat from the conservatives. Oh, I can't believe she said that. Meanwhile,
Making fun of a person with disabilities.
Yeah, you're coming from the same party of
Donald Trump making fun of making fun of the reporter doing that.
Yeah.
How do you people say this shit with a straight face? I don't fucking get it.
No. And to me, she was just playing politics the way it's played these days. It's about insults. It's about sound bites. It's about getting out there.
You have to. Like, what are the... I'm tired of the Democrats thinking, no, we just need to be the better person. How's that working out?
Yeah.
How's that working out by not punching back?
Well, but then it gets from our side, like, she should not have done that. She should apologize. She should retract that statement.
The most outraged person, I was watching this on CNN, right? The most outraged person on their little roundtable thing was the Democrat woman contributor. I can't remember what her name is. She goes on Bill Maher a lot, but she was livid. She's like, this is unacceptable from her. You can't do this. That she was almost as outraged as is his name, Scott Jennings?
Yeah, Scott Jennings.
That fucking loser. Like, almost
the token Republican.
Yeah, and he sucks. He's terrible.
He has no opinion on his own. His only opinion is reading what Trump tweets out.
Yeah. He sounds like a parrot.
Yeah. Okay, but being outraged, I don't know. I didn't see the clip of that one. But did she have the same outrage when Abbott put razor water across the wire and migrants were getting hurt coming across?
Yeah, the razor wire.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I'm like, why weren't you guys outraged about that? And then you're mad because she tells a joke about his wheelchair? Like, or what about in Texas, what he's done to women with regards to like abortion rights?
Yeah.
How is someone calling him Hot Wheels so much worse than that shit? Explain this to me.
Yeah, if you have to have, terminate a pregnancy with an emergency and no doctor can do it, hey, you're going to get some needed Hot Wheels to get to the next fucking state that can do it, right? To save their life.
Right. Get on those Hot Wheels.
Maybe Jasmine should have explained it like that.
Oh.
And Jasmine did say, well, the Hot Wheels referred to, loading anybody on a bus or a plane to get the immigrants out of there.
Yeah, I think she should have stuck with, damn well what I meant when I said Hot Wheels. That's me personally, though. Just my opinion.
I mean, it could be worse. I mean, fuck, what was the name of the show in the 70s with the investigator that was in the wheelchair? You know what I'm talking about? What if she called him that? Or what if she just went...
Was it Chili Willy?
No, it wasn't Chili Willy. That was the cartoon we watched. What if she just like called him Timmy? Timmy. Oh fuck! Now we're canceled.
Definitely.
You have to apologize. We have to apologize for the podcast today. We're a little bit off our game.
Yeah, maybe a little hungover.
We were way too late.
We partied.
A little hungover, but we had an amazing time up in Henderson. And this comes from, I guess a couple weeks ago, J.L. Colvin came on, did a great podcast. And spoiler alert, the Trump impression at the beginning was him.
The greatest Trump impersonator of all time. He's the GOAT.
Yeah. So, he'd made a post and said, well, yeah, I have all these followers, but nobody actually comes out to see me. And I'm like, well, we're going to make it a point to come out and see you.
Yeah, you're this close. How could we not?
Yeah, so he comes up to the stand-up Podjam 2 up in Henderson, which is based on Pete Dominic's podcast, Stand Up with Pete Dominic. And I really wasn't familiar until we knew where we were going. And I listened to it. I'm like, oh, yeah, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah, we got a new podcast to listen to.
Yeah, so we get up there and, we're trying to be like too cool for the room, be low fashion to be late. Well, it was more that Snow got pissed at me because I had to make a pit stop.
I know. It's like, can't you wait? I felt like the dad on vacation. I'm not stopping again. You're going to have to hold it.
Yeah, and I wear contacts, so I didn't want to wear my glasses. I put contacts in. My eyes were burning. I was putting them in the car for whatever stupid reason.
Yeah, that was dumb.
My eyes are burning. Like Sarah and I, snow and I are bickering.
It's okay.
But we got the ice picks. We get in there, and we're just a little bit late walking in. And as soon as we walk in, it's already started, so we're trying to be really quiet. And then Snow looks over and sees the first guest, and she's like,
I'm all hitting you in the leg. I'm
hitting him like,
Mike,
I know that guy.
Mike MJ, I know him. I know who he is.
Yeah, and it was Tim Wise.
The great Tim Wise.
Right, which you were like an Uber fan back on your time.
Uber fan. Yeah, like I'm not on Facebook, so I don't follow him now because I don't follow anyone because I'm not on the socials. But one of my favorite clips that he does, like he talks a lot about civil rights and whatnot, and he was doing one on unions and talking about how unions in the past wouldn't allow Black and brown people to join the unions, and he was like going off. He's like, why would you do that? That's how you grow your union, Jack. Like, this is like, they're, because unions are about like strength in numbers, duh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
that
just
was
great to get to meet him and tell him.
That was fascinating. Listen to him do the live podcast, and then then our new friend JL did his, and JL was hilarious too. Yeah. And then there's this other stand-up, Christian Finnegan, who we won't ruin the bit. That's his thing to put out there. But he did this crowd work thing that was absolutely funny.
Kind of like game show style.
Yeah.
And he's like a great host at that. Great MC.
Yeah. And then JL was nice enough to let us hang out with him for a few hours, and then we get invited to go to the after party.
He took us to lunch too. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
We should have taken you to lunch.
We were going to buy you lunch, but you grabbed the check kind of quick. But yeah, so we went to this after party, and just an amazing time. We were at this incredible house. It looked like maybe the house from like Boogie Nights or something like that.
Right. It's like, somebody get me some roller skates.
And we're like, oh yeah, all these people. We didn't really know anybody except for JL, and so we were like hanging out back by the pool, which was cool enough, and like, all right, cool vibes, and just everybody came up, talked to us. It was just so cool.
The weather was perfect. Yeah, so many great people. It was just so refreshing to just start talking to people, and like, you're just shooting the shit and talking, You can be like, we don't get to do that all the time except for with our own little group of people in a town like this. So it was really refreshing to be around like-minded folks.
And if we do have a meeting in Kingman, we gotta sneak through the back door of this fucking secondhand bookstore to have a meeting.
Right?
That's a true story.
That is a true story.
Like, knock and tell the secret code. It's like speakeasy style.
And if Donald is listening, there are several secondhand bookstores, so good luck finding the one that we were at.
Right. Yeah, it was like, I don't think I felt that relaxed.
Oh, it was just a great time, great vibe. We got to apologize to some Canadians.
Yeah, on behalf of America.
Yeah. We felt like we had to be the ambassadors.
Yeah. And they were such lovely people, too. We hope to have them on the podcast, too, at some point, too.
Yeah, it was just cool to, just have a couple words with Tim Wise, Hey, great stuff.
Tell him how great he is.
Yeah.
I love your work, sir.
I know, and here we are, like, playing all cool, like we're too cool for the room. That's probably how we came off, because we're just hanging out. But it was really like, we don't really know anybody, and we're all socially awkward, so we're hanging back, and it was just coming up.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. Great time.
Yeah, and I think we gained some new listeners, because people seem to be interested. The funniest thing about it was, we got this reaction from everybody when we explained the podcast, and we had the long-form story of how they originated. But the short-form story was, well, we do a liberal podcast in Mojave County, Paul Gosar's district. And everybody's reaction was the look of disgust on their face, and then, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, you have to live in Paul Gosar's district. Yeah.
Oh, God. So, yeah, I mean, Pete Dominic was great. on it. Thank you for putting that on. Kristen Finnegan. A huge shout out to JL.
Yeah.
I mean, just a great guy. Just
A really good human being.
a really good human being. Nicer than you can imagine.
Nicer than us.
Yeah.
Better person than us.
We were being all standoffish, sitting by, waiting by the pool. But no, yeah, I mean, even you met some new friends that you might even go to the Bahamas with.
I know. The gal from Idaho might come on the Bahamas trip. She's like, I'm serious. I want to go. And I'm like, come on. Told you.
Yeah, and I met someone else that they're from California, but they have their boat in Havasu, but they go up to Lake Mojave, and I sort of invited ourselves up on the boat. I was just like, yeah.
But where was I when that happened?
You were talking to the Idaho.
I want to go on the boat. I love boats. Heck yeah.
We didn't introduce you.
Podcasting on the boat. Well, maybe not with the water and stuff, around the equipment.
Yeah, the guy from Pennsylvania, the winemaker.
Yeah, that guy was cool.
Yeah. Sorry, we don't have all your names here, but we're going to reach out and contact you. On the side here.
And we were a little drunk, so.
Yeah, we did get a little drunk. Snow's out by the pool doing her Ralph Macchio kicks.
Oh yeah,
the crane technique.
I was telling him about the 50 years old. I'm 50. Sally O'Malley. I was doing my Sally O'Malley impersonation.
We were there.
First you kick, then you stretch, then you kick it. Hey, the Idaho gals, they were doing it with me. They knew it too. They're like, oh yeah, I love that. Kick, stretch, kick.
Dude, yeah, so we're hungover. We're going to keep this one a little bit short. But one of the funniest things was since JL was at the same hotel we were at, we're like, oh yeah, he was, he's like, yeah, I need to get a ride. And we're getting an Uber. He goes, oh yeah, you mind if I tag along? And I'm like, okay. Yeah, sure.
Totally.
And the funniest thing is, and we were all feeling pretty good at this point. I'm not sure about JL, what his level. I know I was feeling really good. I know you were feeling really good.
It was obvious.
And Snow, we had asked him on the podcast to do Robert De Niro, and he's like, no, I'm out of shape.
He's like, I'm rusty on it. I haven't done it in a while.
And Snow is harassing him for 5 minutes. Come on, do it.
I'm like,
do it.
And then I'm like, come on, you. And he finally did it.
Yeah, we eventually turn into the hotel parking lot, and he finally breaks down and does it, and we're like, yes, this is awesome.
Like, yes.
And then we're because we're staying in the
And he did a fantastic De Niro.
Yeah, he did do a fantastic
I don't know what he's
De Niro.
thinking that he was rusty. It was great.
And the funniest part about it, as we were walking to the tower, because we were in the same elevator, is by that point we're starting to do Meet the Parents quotes. Just an overall fun night, and can't thank Pete, JL, Tim, Christian, and everybody with Stand Up Podjam for last night. And look forward to hopefully talking to y'all soon.
Yeah,
on the podcast at some point.
Such a great time. I really enjoyed meeting everybody.
But I think it's time for a nap.
Yeah.
We're doing this Sunday morning, and we're ready for a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was free. At our age, that was a lot of partying.
I know. I was expecting someone to start blasting Sister Christian on the loudspeakers.
That would have been so awesome.
All right, so that's it for this week. And tune in next week. We got some big surprises.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.